What's going on, after show audience? This is your boy Ken. We're back, baby. We're here with there you go. We're here with Kmplxity.
Yes, sir.
We got Zephyrus, Mr. Ayo over here.
Ayo.
And we're gonna be taking a look at a pretty interesting video today. This is Tommy C when he was on Chud Logic stream with Nicholas DiOrio. And there was a little bit of probing, just a little bit of probing on the behind the scenes of LolCowLive. They go over some other things too, nothing too crazy, but it's going to be pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, if you're familiar with wrestling, Tommy is doing what they like to call shooting on LolCowLive. He's giving a little behind the scenes, and he's been doing that ever since the whole money drama with Keem. He didn't take kindly to that.
No, not, and at this point, he has nothing to lose.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
No NDA. Absolutely not. No NDA. Oh man.
Facts.
All right, let's get right into it.
This is one of those situations where it's take the brick out and the whole building starts to crumble.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. So let's see what happens in the ashes.
No, I didn't say that directly, but I did heavily imply that.
But I legitimately think Keems realized he fucked the entire thing up. I think he woke up the next morning and went, "What the f did I do?"
Probably. That's accurate.
Yeah, that's entirely possible, man. That's a cash
No, it's fine. I we had a fairly reasonable conversation. I think, we had a fair kind of disagreement and came to like a reasonable middle ground with it all.
He'll definitely.
But by all means, if you just want to go at it, I think.
Nope.
I think Tommy C was saying that you love Mama Max, Nicholas. Actually,
yes, I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan for a while. I love the way he hunts pedophiles.
The biggest fan.
He's my second favorite next to Chris Hansen.
How do you feel about them?
Yeah, if you don't know, Chris Hansen has openly said and admitted that like the first couple seasons of To Catch a Predator, basically all the pedos got let free because of the mishandling of evidence and all that.
Which is funny because they actually had like law enforcement on site. It's not like it was just them. So that shows a huge malfeasance on the police departments and sheriff departments that were out there.
Just a complete oversight to not have like your legal team go through the proper channels, bro. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Can you imagine doing that for like 3-4 seasons and then you find out that, oh shit, we don't have the legality to do this, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's all fucked up, bro.
Yeah, chain of custody. There's no way. Yeah, and then of course they got hit for like entrapment a couple of times too. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was a guy. You can't forget. There was that guy who offed himself.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
That was I think the final nail in the coffin for Catch a Predator. That's a whole other episode. That's a whole other. I could talk about To Catch a Predator for like all day.
We really could.
Yeah, let's get to this video.
The volunteer thing. I don't even know.
I think if your whole thing is that Mama Max is a fraud and he doesn't believe in helping kids, and then he does something off camera where he goes and helps kids, then you get him fired for that. I think it's kind of shitty. Like, what do you want at that point?
I don't know. I don't want him anywhere near kids personally, but I don't agree.
Well, I don't think he's like a pedophile, so I don't really.
No, I know, but he's. I don't know. Like but he is a fucking psycho, and
the problem wasn't that he was selling. The problem wasn't that he was selling false hope. The promise is he was selling false hope with fake evidence and fake pedophile hunts surrounding it. There are hundreds of channels who do like there's another guy. He's like, this is the new Mama Max or whatever, and it's a guy doing like an ARG pedophile hunt role play. But like, he's very clear that it's not real.
Can we agree that this guy's exceptionally vindictive? Forget my sociopath.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, do you want a guy? I don't want that. I want that guy next to a kid that's having trouble. I said the same thing. I mean, I'm being consistent. I said the same thing about Grade A under A, 8 years ago.
You are 100%. I didn't even know who Grade A under A is. He's like, why?
Yeah, Mama Max just needs to stay away from kids.
Into it.
I think Nick is missing the point. Nick is thinking about like, oh, we're accusing him of being a pedo. No, we're not accusing him of being a pedo. We've seen what he's done with another case, very similar to the cases he's working with. We don't want him around that, or at least that's what we think. I mean, other people.
Well, it's entirely possible that because he's going off of the mega account being banned.
Yeah,
that's probably why. Because like Tommy probably talked about that, and that's what Nick is maybe referring to. But yeah, no, there's no solid evidence that he is one. But even without any of that, he still needs to just not be around kids. He's a liability.
Not kids with unfortunate circumstances such as those ones.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I got to answer this. I'm surprised you didn't challenge me on this. This is what I was expecting to challenge me on, Chud, and it's a fair challenge too. Tommy implied that he might be a pedo. Now I didn't say that directly, but I did heavily imply that. Yeah, I think something.
Sorry, can I just confirm something with that very quickly?
Yeah,
what you said about collecting stories, I thought that you maybe meant he was collecting stories to jerk off to, but chat said different.
No, that's not what I meant. No, I didn't mean that. When I said he's collecting stories, what I said was where I crossed the Chud logic line, and I knew it. I even mentioned the name in the video. What I said was, there's two reasons he's doing this, in my opinion, and none of them are good, and one of them could basically be the worst one. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You insinuate.
I used the word priest in a whorehouse. Which is, by the way,
tell me about your troubles, kid. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, and I worry about that. I do worry about that. But I did make it clear in the video as well that there is absolutely no evidence supporting that. But I do think he has the personality profile for it. Not to be a pedophile.
Look, if you think there's a percentage chance that this guy is predatory, then I do not. I do not like.
He's definitely predatory on dumb people.
No.
Remember, I don't know if y'all remember on Baited when they were talking about grade A, under A, when I guess Colossal had said that he said that Tommy insinuated that he was a pedo, and Tommy basically said no, he's just a danger to children. I mean, you don't have to be a pedo to be a danger to children. You can you can be a lot of things to be a danger to children.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm getting Baited vibes right now off this, because I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of people that I wouldn't want around my kids. It doesn't mean they're pedophiles. It just means I just wouldn't want them around my kids because of the questionable decisions they make.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it could all be, yeah, absolutely. It could all just simply be you don't want them around that influence.
And the thing is, with someone like Mama Max, if they're going to take a subject and exploit it for how he did, trying to get the notoriety he did off of a subject like this, that should be taken very seriously. That's not a character trait I want around my children.
And clearly, at least some of that was enough for the company. I'm sure. I mean, maybe they were pressured a little bit by the online presence, but they surely would have actually looked at his content and realized what he'd gotten himself into, and realized, okay, yeah, no, we can't keep you here. Like, surely the internet presence alone isn't going to get somebody fired.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, the thing is, with his name, I mean, we talked about it before. With his name, all you get is a Nerf gun, and then they don't know his online persona of Mama Max. So, I mean, I'm sure he didn't divulge that information on any kind of like background check or employment, whatever.
Well, I think the thing, terrible. Right. Well, I think the thing is that Tommy was saying, like, he's probably collecting stories. And the reason for that is because, like I was saying, it was almost as if he was like method acting. Like, he's around these kids who have legitimate like stories, legitimate neglectful stories about them. He could easily just be like, oh, this, like, taking notes, like, oh, this will be good for my next like pretend to catch a predator video.
Yeah,
so this happens a lot. Let me add this to my story, make it sound more believable.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like if you want to play a drug addict, you go around drug addicts, see how they act, see what they say, see what they do to help yourself be in the role better and play the role better. I definitely see what he's saying.
Yeah, and I mean, at least that's my interpretation from what he's saying. And then, of course, he's offering all the worst possibilities, which, I mean, the mega account being banned for possible CP and him being like teaching kids videography. It's like that. There's a correlation there. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, point blank, the mega account was whatever, the meta or mega. I don't know how to say it. Mega. There it is. The mega account was by far the worst, because pedophile or not, charges or not, if someone has a type of Dropbox or whatever with that on it, you're not going near my kids. I don't give a damn what you do. I don't give a damn what you say. Like, you're just not.
Right. Yep. I hear you.
Predatory towards children. If you think there's a percentage chance that this guy is predatory towards children, your stance makes a ton of sense to me. I don't. So I don't necessarily understand why.
I don't know if he is or not, but it wouldn't shock me at all, considering how fucking. I mean, he really was drunk with power, man.
You guys know Spencer just deleted her whole YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad. That's terrible. Now she can't.
So I'm wondering, like, where are they going from there, right? Like, that's obviously.
She should go back. Well, yeah, and that's kind of what I was wondering when I heard the story with Connor. I mean, I didn't answer this right. I didn't jump on this thing right away. I wasn't like, "Woo, spike the football." You know, it took me a couple of days to even say anything about it. It's just like, I don't know. I just him in those situations, considering what he did, I'm super duper uncomfortable. Does that mean he's a priest in the whorehouse? No. But, I wouldn't take that fucking chance, man. But then again, if he gets to keep his next volunteer job, I'm not going to fucking call the place. You know what I mean? I think I'll let the weirdos do that shit.
Yeah, my initial stance was like, I think this is kind of shitty, but it's not shitty enough that I'm going to be like
came back.
vocally going out there and be like, hey, you guys ought not.
The internet always
like making a stance.
Yeah, if there's one thing that can get a bunch of strangers together, it's protecting kids. Like the internet, very rarely do all sides of the internet come together. But when it comes to YouTube and people like not wanting to protect the kids, that's a big thing that moves people. So,
except that one group of people, that.
Yeah, you know that group.
Are you working in a car wash? He's working in a car wash.
Tommy, are you saying the A-log should stand back and stand by?
Except when it has anything to do with kids, yeah.
Maybe. No, that's the thing. I think we're all way too reasonable. I think we all kind of agree with.
Leave him the fuck alone. Leave him the fuck alone. It's over. Leave him alone. It's not up to you. You're not a fucking cop. Go back to your fucking life. Go play goddamn Overwatch. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but they say like, well, good FC.
Oh, you broke up a bit there.
I wasn't comfortable with
you pausing.
We don't know if he's like, I don't know. Yeah, even that. Actually,
no, not me.
Maybe the guy with CSAM on his hard drive shouldn't be working at a kid's shelter. Maybe that's not a brutally bad take, actually.
Maybe,
just maybe. I thought about that back because I was thinking of saying it, and I'm like...
Well, he filmed that thing with that girl, and she was of age, an actress, right? But
we don't know what it was exactly. I mean, the thing is people... I agree, it looks really fucking bad, but they're concluding super hard off the back of very slim information. I mean, that is where and why you would need to get law enforcement involved in something like that, then investigate it, then make a determination, and if appropriate, this is what I was trying to get at earlier, you go on the sex offenders register, even if it's like a mistake or a problem or something later down the line, that means you've got certain things you can't do at a legal standard, so people are protected, right?
Yeah.
If he really had it on his hard drive, we'd have to start calling him Dallas.
But the problem there is that, like, if the account, right, the mega account, if the company itself did not report him, there's like an issue there because if I think like I don't know if it's supposed to automatically do it because it should, right? Like it should automatically be like, okay, this is CP, like you should contact authorities immediately and give all the like. The IP address or whatever information is on file for that account to law enforcement.
So the only thing I'll say to that is I used to work at a Target like way back in the day. I was in the back or whatever. And, I was just, shooting shit with the employees and it was like the photo lab people. And I was like, so what's the wildest shit you've ever seen? What is the line drawn or whatever? And they were like, well, the only thing they say, no matter what it is if there is a child abused or any like child like CP or anything that can resemble it, they're supposed to call the law enforcement immediately. Like you don't even call the people, you call law enforcement. They come see it. If they look at it and say yes, we need to investigate this, and you give them the person's information, and then they take the photos with them, and then Target doesn't touch it anymore.
Right, because it's like that's how it should be for everything.
Yeah. So
that's your SOP right there. That's your standard operating procedure.
So what I'm saying is, for something like a Dropbox, like a meta file, there has to be something like that in the T's and C's whenever you create your membership, because because even if it's like someone with a gun shooting somebody. Anyone can say they were acting. It was on a set. It was a director. You can't, anything could be said as far as what that is. You know what I mean? But if it's obviously a child in a compromising situation or something like that, there's no faking that. And there's no reason to fake that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm assuming, because it is the internet, because of the wide reach of people and worldwide and all that. There has to be something in there. But if Mama Max would know at this point, I don't know, because if they're still investigating him, they probably don't want to tell him until they're ready to like drop charges and arrest this dude.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sure it has to be in the terms and service agreement, because whenever like if you ever get hit with the IRS or something like that, or you have to get court orders for your information, it's because they suspect you of a crime. So if the company that you use to store your media thinks you are committing a crime by their standards, I would assume that just bypasses any warrant or anything. Like, it should immediately go to some sort of law enforcement.
Like in the terms and conditions of most companies, there is a clause that says, if requested by the government or of a higher authority, we will release your information, but not to just anybody. Like, there's terms and conditions that specifically state that kind of shit, because of situations like this, where he probably didn't say, "Hey, check out my mega thread, guys. Like, go look at that." No, they saw it. They probably gave a tip out to police officers, if I'd imagine, and then they requested for the full file.
Exactly.
For the full Dropbox or whatever. So companies, they have clauses in there for that stuff, because 9 times out of 10, if it's being asked for, it's either being asked without your knowledge or after you're already in jail.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, companies like Meta and Dropbox, they don't want that liability. And I'm sure I'm sure there's some sort of auditing process where, they look at so many, like a day or a week or whatever, where it's like, look, this is all you're looking for. Like, if you see some crazy shit, if you see some wild ass shit, it doesn't matter. If you see X, Y, and Z, report it to management or whatever. I'm sure they have some sort of thing there, because if it's reported and somehow it comes out that, like the MetaMax or Dropbox or whatever, they didn't do some sort of process on it, then they could technically be an accessory for harboring, you know what I mean, certain illicit material.
Yeah, though it's entirely possible. I do wonder exactly how it's going down on that end. Like, I hope that Reddit thread keeps up with Mama Max and we hear something. Like, I don't want to hear. I really, really, really want to hear that it was just some sort of misunderstanding for his mega account. Because if it's the opposite, that means some child or children got hurt. And I don't want that. So I would much rather it come out saying it was a big misunderstanding than anything else.
100%.
And if it does come out that the mega thread or the mega file was like actually a result of him, that makes him and his job that he just got fired from look so much worse.
I mean, it makes his job look way worse, because it's like. But then again, you can't blame him. You can't. Like my saying is like you only know what you know.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, if they do their background checks and do whatever, and they look at the registries and all that shit, like, it's not on them if he's never been arrested for it. You know what I mean? Like, they can't control that.
Yeah, and not everybody knows where to look on the internet either.
That's the thing. So I mean, if all they do is they use X third party to do a background check, and that's all they do, and that's across the board, you can't really blame them.
True. All right, let's get back to the video.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he can't come back to Texas.
Okay.
You get it? Because Delaware?
Yeah, you got I get it.
He should film Nerf gun ads. Yeah, Nerf gun ads I'm okay with. I'm totally okay with Nerf gun ads.
Listen, I don't want to make this all about myself, but we've just released a video about this. There's already
oh my god, this is where he talks about Nux Taco.
There's already retards in the comments saying I was bullying. Apparently, DK just sent to me. I'm borderline bullying. I don't know, Mutar apparently. I'm sure he can take it. It's the old era of imperialism coming forward to bully Indians.
Wait, it really is Nux Taco. I'm dying. I thought I was joking.
No. Listen, I'm not getting into it in that respect. Just to be clear, I'm not making it all by myself. I just want to ask Tommy, because I'd heard that you didn't like Nux Taco or something. Is that right?
No, I didn't like him as a content creator. I didn't have anything personal against him. But he's a little weird. Like, I'm uncomfortable with the anime shit. But I mean, I can't say a bunch of people told me some fucked up shit, but I can't even remember it, so I can't even say anything. But I don't remember disliking Toxo. It's just like, no, he's not my cup of tea. This is not my kind of podcast type of thing, so I can't really say anything.
No, sure. I mean, flesh that out a bit. You know, you say the anime stuff makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, what do you mean by that exactly? What would you be uncomfortable?
I would have said that before I started doing this fucking shit, because I found all these weirdos that are in the anime, and I didn't know that before like 2016. I would have thought, what's wrong with that? You know, now I just like, they're all creeps and they remind me of fucking flamenco.
By the way, so what Tommy's talking about is literally anime.
Yeah,
Chud.
Yeah.
He's not talking about hentai or like he's not talking about like lolly or anything. He's talking about anime.
Anime makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. Now it does. It didn't like in 19. I actually saw like Akira in the theater when I was a kid in New York.
Well,
but the reason why I wanted to point that one out is because Chud thinks you're talking about lolly by calling it the anime stuff, and I want to
I know what he's talking about.
I'm uncomfortable with people that are super into Sonic the Hedgehog.
But would you agree though that not everyone that's into anime is into hentai? Weird, but everyone that's into hentai is into anime.
I don't know. Hentai is the porn, right? That's the one with the octopus.
The point I'm trying to make is if you're into anime, that is like, and it's not guaranteed. There's plenty of good anime people that watch anime, but that's like, it moves on to that, right? So if you watch an anime, like, I doubt someone's going to be like big into hentai, jerking off to hentai, and they're not into anime at all. They're like, no, I hate anime.
When I say I'm uncomfortable, I was like, if you're into that shit, even the octopus porn or whatever the fuck it is, it's not like I couldn't be your friend or anything. I don't care.
That's hilarious.
Tommy's autism-phobic a little bit. Like I could be your friend, I just don't like it. You know, it's like, you know, what the fuck.
Look, if you have a Belle Delphine mouse pad of an animated drawing of her ass that you have to use, like you're probably like a pedophile. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
listen. If you have anything Belle Delphine, you're probably a pedophile. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like if you've ever jerked it to Belle Delphine, you're probably a pedophile. I'm sorry.
If you were one of the first people that clicked on her bathwater and you bought that shit and you have it and you're trying to like you cherish that shit, that's like your collectible. You are the worst of the worst. I fucking hate you. I don't.
You are like Discord mod mixed in with chat mod. Like you are just trash.
There is none of them that are under 250 pounds. None of them. Absolutely not.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say I have no idea who you're talking about. I have no idea.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
We can throw that into the screen. Like, well, that's a great short right there. Teaching Ken about Belle Delphine.
She's just she's an ego first, and
I didn't even have a friend like that. Yeah, I watched that Turkey Tom video on that guy that thought he was an anime character and went around a job and shooting everybody. That's what I think of all of them. I think they're like that. The guy, that YouTuber that never got that big, but then
don't see it, but I'm shaking my head.
Medgar did a video on him, and that's why I think. I'm so biased. I think everybody's like that now. When I was a kid, like anime was cool. Like the black kids were into it at comic book stores in New York, you know. And now it's just like
Tommy is so of an era.
I almost said it.
Dude, there is a ton of love for Dragon Ball in the black community.
Yeah,
I think Dragon Ball is bigger in like the Mexican, Latino, and black communities than it is like for white people in America.
It's true.
Right.
Listen. I've made this selfishly about myself, and I meant to ask you about this, and you're here as well, Nicholas. This is great content, actually. This is actually brilliant content. Next topic: Keemstar, LolCowLive getting stitched up. Let's have our
Here we go, baby.
You got stitched up by who?
You did, you fucker.
Oh, I got stitched up. I'm supposed to get my money. I win, as far as I can see.
Yeah, Tommy's going to be on tomorrow.
Who's going to be on tomorrow?
You.
But Keemstar has been scammed. He's been scammed, right? Everybody.
I am? No,
I'm not. I'm making this up.
He's making
okay.
Joke.
No, I'm done.
I told Tommy in real time that he was still on the show. Did you see that guy?
Like what? Oh, you're trying to get me to
right. Listen, some of the Keemstar stuff's been doing well on my channel. So I want to can you give us any insights, any insider scoops, anything you want to say about the situation so I can make content?
Everything unfolded in public. One of the rare times I can't give you a like personal insight or anything or behind the scenes rumors. Everything happened in public.
Well, can you tell us what happened from your perspective or something?
Chud's pissed off.
What am I going to do to get my fucking money?
Chud's super pissed, bro.
Chud's like, bro, I'm trying to milk the situation. Yeah. Give me something.
Come on. He even
give me a dollar, man. Give me a dollar.
He even said before, he was like, LolCow's doing really good on my channel. I need something.
Man,
that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I respect the hustle.
Oh yeah, you have to.
You gotta.
Shout out Chud Logic.
Shout out, bro.
Shout out, bro. Shout out.
It happened, and I got it. That's literally. And I know. I tell you something. I'm not really. I hate people that do that. I've bitched about people that do that. You know, and it's like, but that's my fucking money, and I was going to at least take a swing and try to get it. You know, that's the way I saw it.
Did you like the secondary topic that came off of this, where it was like, okay, Tommy got his 6K, but Boogie's getting 6K to fake cancer, and he only donated 4 million, and that was like a huge controversy for the apparently people were like, hold steady, don't donate.
Hey, tomorrow we might want to bring that up. Somebody got to bring that up. It did get brought up, so he still had that 2K. He needs to give the rest of that.
Oh yeah,
because
I think the after show is going to be doing a super chat tomorrow asking about this.
Maybe we'll see what happens if there's ever a time for it.
$20 or more, baby. $20 or more. That's all I'm going to say.
Hell yeah.
Too much.
That's too funny. I don't care what happens there anymore. I'm like, I had a really great weekend. I'm not thinking about fucking having to stay up to 2 or 3 in the morning on.
Like a whole pinball machine worth of money for that.
Yeah, not getting a pinball machine.
Okay, right. Let's play. Okay, this is fucking ridiculous. Okay, you've been on for ages, but I need more content. We need another segment. Okay, bro. Let's do fucking. Let's do devil's advocate. You were fucking lazy in July. Okay, you didn't even do your full fucking shift. You'll get your scamming
Keemstar right now.
He's playing.
He's playing devil's advocate.
Well, not devil's advocate. He's trying to be the villain to stir up to make Tommy argue.
He said he was going to play devil's advocate.
Oh,
he just said that. Yeah.
He just wants he wants a Tommy opposition, not Tommy. I don't care anymore.
He wants something.
Yeah, he wants something clippable.
He needs LolCow's greatest op, not just somebody who doesn't care.
He's like Tommy. I need a short, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the worst part of that whole thing is that Keem was like, he's on that one podcast, and Sally went, hey, Keem, he was on 3 of them, and he's like, fuck, I'll pay him half.
I'll give him half of the money.
Or freaking Wings even brought up a really good point when Boogie and Keem were trying to scam Tommy out of the money. Wings was like, okay, but for the month of July or like the month of June, Keem, you literally weren't there on any episodes. So technically, Tommy was on 3 times more episodes in June than you were, or in August or July than you were in June, or whatever the hell it was. It's like, dude, you were in 0 and you still got paid for the month that you weren't on any. And then he turns around, he's like, I'm not supposed to be on camera. It's like, okay, so you just wanted you just want to collect 25% off of your startup fee. Like, if that's the case, then like, I get it, but just say that.
It's Keem, bro. He's not going to be that transparent. Let's be honest. He looks at everything for content. And no matter what the fuck it is, he wants to put on a show or be a showman to get the donations. And he's going to be his charismatic self when he tries to explain shit. And here we are.
Yeah. It's super dumb. I just think it's hilarious because like Wings is the literally everything that's happening is just making Wings look like the more as time goes on, he just becomes the sane one, the normal one, the rational one.
And he's starting to get way more views because of it. Like if he streams like earlier, I was just checking out his stream earlier. He had 400 plus people, and there was multiple donations just like rolling in, just talking about random shit.
Yeah, Wings is having his redemption.
There you go. Fuck you. Now what I was going to say is with Tommy gone, Wings of Logic is about to come out. You know what I mean?
He's got it. I gotta have somebody.
Well, I think that Wings has always been a very personable guy, but just compared to freaking Boogie and how much of a piece of shit he is, and then how disingenuous Keem can be, he's looking like the most sane, rational person on that podcast.
Oh yeah,
it's Big Ups 2024 Wings of Redemption.
That's
we
it,
back,
bro.
Baby. Like
big ups, big ups.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even know how much Tommy was on.
Okay. I love how they tried to pretend I was still on vacation when I called them as soon as I landed and said, "Let's go." And I said, I want to record the damn thing because I knew what he was going to do. He's going to say I quit when I didn't. And then they use that as an excuse to never like get together. And try to make it seem like I took an extra week of vacation.
Wage slave, like he soft quit the job. He only did what was required of him. He didn't go above and beyond for the company.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. Do you know I almost took the call? Like we tried to, and I didn't know it was going to be the NDA call. I tried to I called them every night, and we couldn't just arrange it while I was on vacation. So I was willing to go on above and beyond. I was going to have a meeting with them while I was on vacation. And as it turned out, that would have been the NDA thing, and it's probably better that call never happened. That I received the NDA in the mail before I had the meeting with him. But yeah, I offered to do that on vacation, so you can go fuck him.
This is going to be a hot take, and I know everyone's going to get mad at me for saying it, but I legitimately think Keems realized he fucked the entire thing up, and I base that off the fact that he would have cut me off entirely if I was right, and he still thought that he.
Oh yeah, if you just did it to him maliciously, he doesn't. I think he knows. I think he's consciously.
I think he woke up the next morning and went, "What the fuck did I do?"
Yeah,
really do.
Mm-hmm.
See, so this is where it gets fucked up because this whole search for the third host is getting dragged out, and fourth host, or the new host, we'll say that, is getting dragged out. And, they're trying to do content in the middle of it, like Boogie picking up trash and all that sad shit. And, come September 1st, when Drama Alerts hit back on YouTube, the new host is going to get so much shit because the show is not going to do that great. It's just not. And I know Wing says that he may have to go back to being his entertaining self and all that other shit. So the third host is literally going to be the scapegoat.
Fourth host.
Sorry. Yeah. The new host is going to be the scapegoat.
Technically, it would be a third host just simply because Keem is supposed to be leaving. But
he keeps saying that. He keeps saying it.
I get what you're saying.
2 months now, and he's been saying that for 2 months now. And I'm convinced.
Sorry, I'm tired.
Around even after time.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm getting my numbers mixed up. Anyways, the new hosts, they're going to be the scapegoat for the show failing.
Definitely.
And it's going to be sad whoever gets it. But I mean, I'm like you when you said in the beginning, he already knows who he wants. And I know he said that shit about trying different people out, different people for a week here and a week there to see the numbers and all that shit. So before he decides who it's going to be, but I think he already knows who it is. He's just trying to make this into content.
Moment. He's waiting for that Lexi moment.
Well, I think what it is that what he's trying to do is just farm the engagement for it because, obviously, membership has gone up.
Oh, it's strong. It's strong.
So
it's strong.
The thing is, though, is that he hasn't had members only stuff in forever. There are no more members only streams really.
There isn't
because all it is live. So there's been 0 members only content except for that little time that he did in the on the live stage where he tried to lie about Tommy getting his last check already. So it's dude, you're still not doing members content. So we're not getting anything extra for what we're paying for. Other than that, he's just utilizing the members' Discord in order to go ahead and bump or fluff the numbers for the podcast or to do easy episodes where it's I don't have to do anything. You guys be the entertainment.
Yep. And then, I mean, we saw it last stream where literally as soon as Boogie was done picking up trash, they ended it. There was no show. It was him yelling at Boogie picking up trash. And I think I've said this before on a different episode, but him dropping down to the $20 getting read is for more people to donate the minimum of $20 to make them read it. And, he still does the individual shout outs for the 50 and above. But at the end, with the $20 and shit, people are more inclined to give a 20 spot than a 50. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's easy to spend a 50 or 20 than it is to break 100. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
And that's the thing, right? And that's one of the things, right? We've been watching Keemstar. I've been watching Keemstar for probably at least 6-7 years in total. Probably maybe not all the time, but over the years, we know Keem. So for him to drop down to that 20 mark, we know that it's a ploy to get more donations from the 20 mark. But the average viewer, they're gonna be hell yeah, I'm gonna donate $20 to have Keemstar read my thing.
Yep.
So yeah. Yay.
Yeah, it's farming engagement. It's smart to do. There's nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, at least if somebody's going to call you out on it, be honest. Be honest about it.
I think he played it off after that because I mean, once he started going around being like, "I fucking hate Tommy. I hope his fucking car drives into a ditch. I hope his house explodes. I hope."
I don't have a car.
At that point, he's being performance of it. Yeah.
I have a bus ticket.
I hope his house catches
honestly,
you could hear his voice peaking through. I thought it was done, but then that day,
psychologically, I think I mean, obviously, the guy's a millionaire. He just bought a Cybertruck. He couldn't be, wanting to nickel and dime me over this kind of money. I think it was ego. He wanted to make. It's not that he wanted the NDA signed. He wanted Tommy C to sign the NDA to say he could do it. And then
have you ever had an interaction where you ice him like
still a little man all the way from those days back in Baited? He's mad that that whole thing blew up, and he thought, finally, I got him right where I want him.
Well, the thing is,
Tommy said, no, you don't.
Well, the thing is with Baited coming back, because it's been confirmed that was in the talks with Tommy not signing this NDA and basically making Keem look like an idiot online. Keem's missing out on the Baited reunion money. Because that would have made money, bro. That show would have made money. And if Baited would have 100% came back, LolCow would have been a distant memory in Keem's eye.
Well, I think the biggest issue with LolCow is that since its conception, it hasn't really had like an identity. Like its whole thing has been moving from like, oh, it's going to be Wings and Boogie versus the Detractors. And then that was like a saga. And then it was all about the members. And then that was a saga. And now it's all about, us versus other people saying we're going to fail. And that's just a continuing going back to the well. And now it's we're going to torture the cows series, like, saga. So it's like there's only it's kind of like they get a new season every single time the numbers start dwindling a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why to go along with that real quick. So if you haven't been on like Twitter or in the LolCow Discord, the reason why Plex is saying like we're going to torture the cows is because it's not just Boogie that's saying that. Wings is also now like asking like, hey guys, what do you guys think I should do? What do you guys think we should do for a LolCow field trip? What do you think I should do? Ha ha ha. And it's like, it's obvious that like this IRL content and this torture the cows stuff is bringing in views. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that they're trying to strike while the iron's hot, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
What I was going to say is, looking back, Plex, do you miss the days of LolCow Court?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You talk about the fucking heyday of the Discord, bro.
Yeah, that was an interesting time. That was when the Discord was active as month.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, honestly, I think at this point it's pretty much the Keemstar show with cows. Like it's what Keemstar wants, and even Wings has said like when we were donating on his stream, he was like, "How do you guys know when the LolCow episode or when the next LolCow live is?" And I don't, and it's like, I don't know. Are you not following LolCowLive Twitter? Like, and it's like, bro, it's literally like that because they've both said it. Boogie and Wings have said, well, I don't know what we're doing. Akeem just tells us what we're doing. So it's just Keemstar the puppeteer and the two cows doing as he says.
And you expect the host to come in and just take over that.
And that's the other thing too, is like they're looking for a fourth and or third host to take over Keemstar's position, not be added to the other two cows. No. They're supposed to come in and be the manager of the two cows. And I can guarantee you there's no freaking member, no random person on YouTube or in the Discord that is getting the goddamn login information to the LolCow YouTube and the freaking the LolCow YouTube, their email address, all their passwords. No. There's no way.
Keemstar doesn't have it in him to trust some random.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, they're gonna have
numbers. That's why I think it's already decided who it's going to be, and to hand over the reins to another person, and to try to keep this money up. I just don't see him fully doing that. I just don't.
Yeah, either that or it's going to be somebody who's hired to do Keemstar's job, but have zero of like the administration abilities. which I'd be like, nah, there ain't no way, dude. Like, fuck that. I'm not doing all this work and then asking for permission.
I ain't being your speak pipe. Speak pipe. Tell them yourself.
Well, the other problem is too, you got motherfuckers on the live stage saying that they'll do all this work for free, like for clout and all this shit, just to say, Keem gave me a shout out. Like, bro, if you get another like host on there and you're expecting anywhere near that type of, I guess, agreement on compensation, that's not at all going to work. Like, he's going to have to give up some real money, or real money, fair money.
That's the thing. You can't hire them on to do the same job as you and pay them the same money as Wings. Like, you can't, because then it's like, no. If I'm doing more than them, I'm getting paid more than them. That's just fair.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Publicly, and then you guys call the next day and you're good.
I don't ever call him. I never talk to him.
Back up a little bit, just to get what they were talking about.
I think it was ego. He wanted to make. It's not that he wanted the NDA signed. He wanted Tommy C to sign the NDA to say he could do it. And then
have you ever had an interaction where you ice him like that publicly, and then you guys call the next day and you're good?
I don't ever call him. I never talk to him. He's not my friend. He's never been my friend. I work for him. I don't like you. You guys bullshit and shoot the shit. I've never felt comfortable with him like that, and he's never felt comfortable enough with me just to shoot the shit. I've never felt that way about him. He's never felt that. I said
usually for me, it's like 6 months.
No, I don't.
Like,
never
that was like 6 months.
I respect him as a creator and a YouTuber and kind of like a YouTube legend and stuff. But I mean, as far as our personalities couldn't be more different in our personal life.
I can see that.
Would you go to his wedding?
No, would have got out of that.
If I get an invite, I'm going to his wedding.
Be involved in his fucking family and shit. And then, one of the things I didn't talk about publicly. Yeah, you want some insight on that? I didn't want to go there because of fucking babs. I told him.
Hold on.
I don't want to be involved in his fucking family and shit. And then, one of the things I didn't talk about publicly. Yeah, you want some insight on that? I didn't want to go there because of fucking babs.
What?
I didn't know.
Oh no, Edwin Chud can't talk about it.
Yeah,
bro. You missed all this, right? I made a throwaway comment about Edwin, and maybe didn't describe exactly what happened in the best way in like one sentence. And he sent me a message, which I ignored because I don't fucking care. And he did a stream about me, a whole stream about a fucking couple of sentences at most. And then I mentioned it again, and he sent me another message that I had to ignore. And it's like, bro, like, listen, if you want to make content about what I say about you, that's fine. But fuck me. We don't need to have a dialogue about it, do we? Just do what you want to do. I don't fucking care. You're a fucking weirdo.
I think the second one, you didn't even mention him. You're just like speaking of it, it's actually like a case where somebody got one guy, but it was the other way around. I just said one sentence about him. He did a whole stream, and I don't really know what happened.
Well, I also wanted to clarify with you what the circumstances were, because, I don't want to get into it. I don't fucking care that much. But, I don't want to mischaracterize things crazily. I don't want to get stuff totally wrong and say someone did something they definitely didn't. That's kind of fucked up,
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Sure. But anyway, listen. Okay. I'm not trying to make content exactly, but I just want to do art. I don't want to ask this.
Yeah, you are.
So Keemstar seemed to be in the perspective that you were scamming him.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, where the hell? I don't understand how. Okay, maybe he's gonna explain.
The July play.
Yeah, let it play.
Brad's the money he owes me. that is. I tell you something. That's a backflip and a half, man. That is mental gymnastics that's beyond the Olympics.
Okay, but right, let's be fair with this. Okay, I understand that you're obviously from the other side of it, but is there any good argument or reason why he would say that?
No, because it wasn't his money. It has to be your money for me to like take it from you. Scam. Exactly. Where's the scam? Like, right. where's the delivery and the execution and what have you? I said, give me my fucking money back. You stole it. And enough public pressure came, and he said, and he copped to it, and then said he got scammed. It doesn't even make any sense in the service. It doesn't even fit the word he used.
I don't think he realized that how many LolCowLive
I promised him
on Tommy C's side. I don't think he realized.
No, I don't think he did either. Because
his Twitter was full of people just complaining, like, pay Tommy C, pay Tommy C, pay Tommy C. Like, it was wild.
Well, the other thing, go ahead, Ken.
No, I was gonna say I don't think Tommy's paying attention to Keemstar's Twitter. I think that he was just more concerned about using his own platform to voice the correct reasoning why he should have been paid, and he laid it all out there. And again, Boogie was fired. He still showed up. where are you going to show up after you're fired and expect to get paid? Now I know, quote unquote, Daddy King told him to do all this shit, and Boogie is such a yellow, spineless piece of shit that he's just going to do it, and for the laughs and all that, because he doesn't care about himself. But I mean, I feel Tommy has integrity. I feel that Tommy's not just going to put his reputation out there to be tarnished if he's not in the right, or at least can present himself to be in the right. And I don't know how Keem feels scammed, but it's a pride thing. Like Tommy said, it's a major pride thing.
Well, the reason that he thinks he was scammed is because he's trying to use the argument that Tommy was on vacation for 3 out of the 4 weeks, so he shouldn't get paid. But it's like, that's not in any contract that he signed. So it's not a scam. A scam is somebody collecting 25% after they leave a show. That's a scam. Like, listen, there's a finder's fee and all that, but eventually you are so far like away from the show or from the entity that you no longer should be deriving a paycheck from it. You know, like, I get it, but even stockbrokers only have a one-time like finder's fee. It's not a constant thing.
Yeah, the thing is, though, Keemstar got Wings and Boogie to, I'm sure, sign some sort of contract. So, I mean,
NDA.
Well, an NDA wouldn't tie him up there.
No, I'm
saying legally
saying
binding contract.
I'm saying I'm saying as far as, you know, like money and all that shit. Because if they're 1099K getting paid as like contractors, there has to be some sort of employment offer, like percentage of money distributed, all that other shit by Keemstar LLC, and all that money goes to Keemstar LLC. So based on numbers that what they signed to get their 1099 position, you know, the rest is at Keemstar LLC. So then that's what's going to pay out Keemstar. So, I mean, if they're dumb enough to sign that shit under the understanding of what it is, then I don't fault Keem. I fault those two dumbasses for fucking signing it. But they were so hard up for fucking money, they really didn't have an option.
Well, regardless of it all, the NDA that they have now signed means that they can they can't air their grievances outside of closed doors. If they start doing more work for the show, they're going to only be paid what they're going to be paid. And if they don't like that, they no longer have an avenue like Tommy did to speak out about it. So they're kind of fucked. They gagged themselves. They gagged themselves.
That's why whenever Boogie, that one stream, was like saying, I'm gonna quit, over like saying like he wasn't gonna be paid, I was like, that's funny, buddy, because you just signed an NDA. So even if you did quit, what are you gonna do? You're gonna shout into a wall because that's all you can do.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I mean, just going to Plex's point, if they do double the work that they're doing now, which quantify however you will. If they do double the work and half the donations get cut in half, guess what? They're getting paid less to do double the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That too.
So, I mean, that's kind of where they're at this point.
Yep.
Something and then didn't deliver, you know, and took the money anyway or something like that. I did everything that was required of me, including let him know about the vacation that he approved. Yeah.
Right. So basically the claim was because, well, I think if we're honest, I think what
one thing real quick, there's a quick thing. If you are on an internet job, podcast, whatever the flip, I'm sorry. The words "I need approval for my vacation" it will never come out of my mouth. I don't care any of that. Like, if this podcast of ours, this channel of ours ever gets so big to the point where it can pay for a vacation, it is not a, hey guys, can I have this time? No. I am taking this time off. Y'all can continue. Like, that's it. Like, there is no, please let me no. It is, hey, let's schedule around this time. Let's make some videos now so we can put it out while I'm on vacation. Or, hey, let's all schedule our vacations at the same time, or maybe right after each other. Like, the fact that you are a grown-ass 50-year-old man having to ask permission from another 50-year-old man to take a vacation with your family, like, please? Bro, like, and not to shoot on Tommy or anything, like, it's out of respect 100%, but I listen, it's not an actual job. He was never really hired. I'm not asking for permission. I'm letting you know I am taking vacation these days. Figure it out. Like,
yeah.
It's like when you work in retail. It's like when you work in retail and you're like, well, I'm going to request this day off. And they're like, we need you to work that day. Well, okay, I'm requesting that day off. And now you're aware that that day I'm going to not be here.
Well, no,
so
it's kind of
take it or leave it.
It's kind of one of those things where, like, after the trip is paid for, this I'm putting in the time off. I'm putting in the leave to have this time off. I'm not going to be here.
Right.
And, like when I was working for Best Buy, it was, there was no quote unquote rule, but the understanding was, you had a certain time period to put it in. And once it's in, it 99% had to be approved unless the manager could make a very, very, very compelling case where they couldn't approve it. Now, if there's a bunch of other people on PTO, then, at that point, maybe. But the thing is, if I've already paid for a trip and it's like 2 months out and I'm putting in for it 2 months out, I'm not going to be here. I'm sorry.
And that's under the guise of a fucking company. This is just a gentleman's agreement. Like that,
but
oh my god!
Look at the work history between Keem and Tommy, though.
Oh no! I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is, like, that's the type of stuff for a company's agreement. This is a gentleman's agreement between, hey, we're all going to work together on this. You should not need permission on a gentleman's agreement to do something.
Oh yeah,
no.
Like
at one of my previous jobs, we didn't have sick time. We didn't have any of the vacation days, times, or anything. It's pretty much if we needed it, all we had to do was ask. If it was going to be multiple days, just out of courtesy, ask a week at least or two in advance. That's how it was ran. It wasn't like, oh, you have 40 days or you have 40 hours or 80 hours of vacation time. But regardless, Tommy, brother, I feel for you. This is just stupid. And the fact that like they Wings got paid for missed days and Boogie got paid for after Queen quit. Like Tommy absolutely deserves to get paid for the vacation time. That's just only fair.
What's happening is
brother.
Yeah.
There's no part out of job about what happened and wanted to try and fucking wriggle out of paying. I think that's probably the reality. But at least the argument he was making was because you weren't there for the full month. That is why he could justify not paying.
Yeah, well, he like no one ever got cut in the past from missing shows, or I didn't even do all the live streams, and I was always told that we all make it together as a group no matter what. If somebody gets sick or something like that. There was nobody took me aside. It's like, look, you're going away for 10 days. You're gonna miss, potentially 4 streams. I'm not paying you during that time. I probably would accept it. He never sat me down and did that. Because there was no expectation of that. We were pretty much told that we're going to make the money. So, him being scammed. I mean, he's being scammed. Don't pay me.
Yeah, no, sure. I'm just, I'm not. I'm just interested to see if there's any perspective.
Why are you fingering the chat?
I'm pointing to my bars to ask people to give me money. You ruined it. Okay?
That's hilarious.
Dude, you're fingering the chat.
Bro, it's Bunsen burner, nice little earner. As in, you're rustling a couple of dollars between your fingers. That's what I want to be doing. Okay.
I don't mean to fuck this, but did you see that we found one of his stand-up comedy specials?
Dude.
The guy had a smelly ice cream.
Someone just sent me a 6-minute stand-up comedy.
I've watched it. Yeah, it's kind of sucks.
Good?
There's a couple of jokes with a lot. Okay, so there was one joke that I thought could work if it wasn't as soy as he presented it. The idea of the guy that films people kissing at baseball games. He was trying to allude to the idea of them being some crazed gooner, but he did it badly. That could be funny. Or something like that, maybe. But, there was a couple of bits in there that could use some work, but generally speaking,
in our vocabulary.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I think that people make it out to be way more devious than it actually is, but there's a lot of crazy shit out there, man. Like if you got a problem with someone giving themselves a tug, like you have a very blessed life that is something that is like aggravates you. Like
I'm gonna go ahead.
First world problems.
Bad. Yeah.
Yep.
You always say that. I said that guy was a bad comic before I heard fucking anything. See, I was right again. See. I didn't even listen to his comedy because nobody.
If he was a good comic, he wouldn't.
Anybody that's big of pussy couldn't be funny. Nobody could have my ice cream machine smells and the lights are out. The lights
Sorry, there's a plane flying overhead. If you could hear that,
I can't sleep. You fucking jerk.
The problem is the delivery too. It's the nervousness, right?
Yeah.
You lads know what it's like doing your first stream. You're like, oh shit, what's this going to be like? I'm a bit nervous, right?
He's nervous. He's stuttering. Yeah. It's called a lack of talent.
Bro, dude, my first stream ever was a shot from the point ripoff with a complete ripoff shot from the point overlay, and no one on the internet will ever see that.
Oh, really?
Okay.
You did?
Yes,
that's hilarious.
It was about a year prior to us meeting.
Oh, really? Oh, I remember you did get to the point with some other project was trying to do. So you did a good job there. And
yeah, you fucking.
Hey, man, everyone is embarrassed of their first couple of stuff. Like, the internet is definitely forever, but if you get to it in time, some people will never see the archives.
There you go.
Skipped over to me to hire an Asian man because he looked small.
No, that was the Asian man was the end. I took Illuminati over you, remember?
No, you picked the Asian guy. Illuminati.
No, the Asian guy. No, the Asian guy came at the very end when I was like,
yeah, you were bringing me in at the very end. You brought me on, but you weren't giving me a chance to be on it until
it's great that all these white people are using other races as identifiers.
Oh yeah, it was the Asian man. The Asian man,
and one of them lives in Germany. Like,
it wasn't so much a reject from you as I just done with the project. Fucking Verse told me not to do it anymore because he said it was driving me crazy. I couldn't even, and I did. It felt a lot better when I quit too. But no, I was going to take you, and then I should have took you initially. I forget why. Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
Well, because you call. So, dude, Tommy calls me after he goes, yeah, I'll hit you up or whatever. He doesn't hit me up for 3 months. And the day he calls me, I'm pissed drunk at a fucking 4th of July. I was at a bar crawl.
Brothers.
And you're talking to me, and I'm like just trying to keep it together in a normal conversation that would not I was so fucking destroyed at 10
a.m. You told me you were drunk. Call you later. I would have totally I knew you were a kid at the time. We were like,
why do you know if I was gonna get a second call?
That's fair.
If you had told me that, we got a second call because I would have felt bad. I would have kind of realized what situation you were in. And,
no, dude, I sobered up in the moment and I got through the call. That was fine, dude.
That's so funny. I can't even remember it. But he must have been good. I know that, bro. Fucked up. Augie RFC lost me the iceberg.
Augie's coming back tomorrow.
What are you trying to do? Like a 12-hour stream? Is that what you're doing? I gotta go to bed.
No, listen. I was going to wrap it up, but then you fine gentlemen wanted to come on and hash it out, and there we are. We're here now. I mean, I'm happy to wind things down.
Chud,
I just wanted a bit more juice on the Keemstar stuff, but seems like we're not getting.
Everything. If you want everything I said, you can listen to them. I was pretty.
Well, I was the only one who had a private call with him.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him.
That you broadcast?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. A private call that you recorded and uploaded.
Yeah, good job, bro.
Hey, good on freaking Diorio though. Had he
that's
not
what I'm saying.
That,
good job.
This morning, like I said, I was gonna.
What? Tell us what happened there. Come on.
Look at that face. Look at that smile.
He's trying to push
smirk, bro.
He literally was trying to pretend like he was about to end the stream.
Hey, that right there is a short. Right there, bro. That face, that is a short.
I opened the convo up exactly like I said. I go, first of all, before we even start this conversation, so we don't waste anyone's time, is this salvageable? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And we just chatted. It was fine. There was really nothing. There was no nuclear thing to it. We just talked about it. I basically told, because, my stance is that you shouldn't broadcast paywalled content. So I owned the fucking hypocrisy right there. Because I thought this was valuable to discuss because it seemed like they were running. My thing was, I don't want to show that demanded everyone to go live. Wasn't going to hash out the fact that they actually fired someone for the first time and then they did no content about it. Like, how many streams have they done about how they're going to fire Boogie, how Wings is going to leave the show? Then they fired someone.
The bitch is too. The critique I have about it is he tweeted it on the LolCow account.
Oh,
he didn't do it. He didn't do it on his own. He
didn't do it on the Keemstar account. Oh, 100%, dude. No, it's.
I made it seem like it was a consensus, not just Keem.
That's what I'm saying. It just, if you're the boss and you own it all and blah blah blah, why can't you just like Keemstar, Tommy, you're fired. Why couldn't you just do that?
Because you have to make it look like it's something else, something that it's not. Like. It's just he's a Yeah,
I'm not
he wants to look at it at a freaking wants to look at it in a certain way, right? Like it's us against him, not me, Keemstar firing him. You know, because then remember what he keeps on saying. I'm looking like the bad guy. Everyone's painting me out to be the bad guy. Well, listen,
I'm getting scammed. I'm getting scammed.
Well,
not LolCow's getting scammed.
listen,
I'm getting scammed.
Yeah, it's like, well, when you hijack the airplane, okay, it's all right that Harrison Ford wants to shoot you. Okay,
there you go,
dude. Listen, you are getting the hate because it's your show. You are the one making all the decisions. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're to blame for the decisions being made. Like,
and the other thing is with the shares never existing and all that other shit. Like, it's just all compounding on top of each other. And from the Tommy firing to like a week after that, all this shit just came to the light that I don't think was ever supposed to. So, I mean,
internet
blame Keemstar. What's that? Okay.
Sorry.
Anyways, you're good. Blame Keemstar or not. I mean, that really threw me off. That really threw me off.
My bad.
Now you're good. Fuck, what was I saying? With Keemstar, yeah. Blame Keemstar or not. When you are the head of the table and decisions are made and shit happens, it's gonna fall on you, bro. And you got to answer for them. It just is what it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you're the head of the table, you're going to be hit with something. You know, that's going to be. You can't turn around and then you can't turn around and then be like, oh man, I want to be both the head of the table, but I don't want to get any of the blame for it or anything like that.
Yeah, not how it works, bro. Not at all how it works.
You can't be. You can't be head honcho and then be upset that it's like not going well for you or that you're getting the blame or anything like that. You know, it doesn't work that way. And
you can't be the captain of the ship and be mad when the ship runs into a rock.
Exactly. So freaking Ken, my friend, I want to because you were wondering, right, about.
Is that what the fuck you were playing? You piece of shit. I fucking
you're locked in now, buddy.
Indoctrination.
Right, I'm done.
You're not allowed to be done.
Son of a bitch. All right, go.
Oh my gosh. Just a small introduction.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No. I need quiet. I fucking can't.
All
right, continue.
Intended because, as you might expect, many other influencers went to the effort of talking about the weirdness on their own channel.
So that right there, the girl, that is Belle Delphine. That
Meet my best friend. Some of you have referred to this video as disturbing.
In addition to this, Belle Delphine would become known for her infamous Ahigal face.
I think the first thing that went big was the Ahigal face.
How old is she?
She is like, when she was starting to do all this stuff, she was in like, I think it was like in her teens. And then she started doing all this stuff as soon as she hit like 19 or 20.
But I thought she was a little bit older. I thought she was like mid to late 20s. But I might be really messed up.
I don't think so. I think she like really capitalized. Yeah.
All right,
she is currently an adult and does do porn.
Beautiful. All right, continue.
Also perfected the mix of mystery, intrigue, and attractiveness while helping her to stand out as unique after.
Well, it's because the face was originated from a child.
Yes. Yes. She is actually, as of right now, she was born in 1999, meaning she is 24 years old.
Yeah.
Many attributed this face specifically to Belle Delphine. All of this seems like common knowledge now that she's come onto podcasts and explained her story, but in the beginning, Belle was completely
19-year-old, was on Rolling Stones. Yeah, so she basically rose to stardom and fandom through basically being pedo bait.
Silent. She withheld as much information as possible, so when you were unavoidably introduced to her content with nothing more than this photo on your Twitter timeline, intrigue was almost guaranteed.
And basically, she fell off. She stopped being any sort of relevant in the YouTube atmosphere because she completely moved over to what's it called, to doing the porn and all that. But yeah, that's Belle Delphine for you.
The porn.
That's
so
I can't, bro.
The Ahigo face, the reason why it looks like a child, it originates from a child being raped in Japanese porn. Old,
Jesus.
like 1800s or something like that. Yeah.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah. So that's Belle Delphine. Like a fucking multimillionaire, bro. God damn.
Yeah,
that chick you just saw sat in a bathtub, bottled up bath water, and sold it. Yep. And it sold out in minutes.
What the my God,
and
bro.
That gives better perspective on why I said they're the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
No. Well, here's the real question. What's the percentage that took a sip?
Oh, probably 100. Probably 100 at least.
Yeah, probably
either
100.
that. No, I'd say like 99, because there's that 1% that's like treats it like Star Wars action figures. It can't be opened up.
Can't break the seal, otherwise it's not good anymore.
Yeah, it's not limited edition.
You can't break the seal, bro.
No.
Exposed to the earthly atmosphere.
It has to be 100% Belle Delphine.
100%.
My saliva can't mix.
Yeah. It's just,
bro.
Man.
I'm gonna tell you, man. What, like, watching this shit and just not knowing who these people are and just learning, bro, it makes me feel so fucking old. You know what I mean? Because I can't, because this is just why is this content?
Well, it's crazy to like look at these people and be like, I am the same age they are, and like, or having like watched
I am 2
somebody
years older than this chick. I am 2 years older than this chick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it's all like, it's very odd to see.
It's weird, bro. People are fucking, they're fucked up in the head, man.
Yeah.
They're so fucked up in the head.
There's a lot of fucking weirdos.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, the small portion of the internet.
A fucking lick of content about it.
And not small as in there's not hundreds of thousands. Small as in the internet is more infinite than the universe, okay? Like, there is no edges to the universe. There is no edges to the internet. Infinity exists.
There you go.
This bitch that I scared them.
Hey, pause it. The video isn't up on the screen.
So while we wait for play, oh, never mind.
There we go. Yeah, never mind. Cool. All right,
we're like a monologue or something.
Yeah, don't. I'm good. Yeah, I'm disgusted right now. But let's continue.
Poor Ken.
No, that's bro. I can't. All right, let's go.
He's like, yeah, fuck this. I'm taking extra sleeping pills tonight.
Basically, bro.
This whole night.
I'm gonna need an extra dose of nightmare medicine.
Yeah. He's gonna go hug his wife extra hard and be like, I'm so happy that we're not like other people.
He's gonna double check it. He doesn't look like Belle Delphine and be like, please God, no.
Well, never mind. I ain't gonna say that. But continue.
Okay.
So now you're out of it, okay?
Continue.
Tell us all about the fake drama.
There was no fake drama.
Okay, would you accept the term that some drama was enhanced?
By him?
Hold on. Back it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear what he said. Yeah.
Content about it.
This bitch that I scared them. What a fucking pussy.
And also, now you're out of it, okay? Tell us all about the fake drama.
There was no fake
Look
drama.
at the smirk.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, I want to hear what he says. Right, I didn't hear this part.
He
Sorry.
said that there was no fake drama. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Fire Boogie. How Wings is gonna leave the show. Then they fired somebody and they didn't make a fucking lick of content about it.
This bitch that I scared them. What a fucking pussy.
And also, now you're out of it, okay? Tell us all about the fake drama.
There was no fake drama.
Okay, would you accept the term that some drama was enhanced?
By him, probably, but not by me, and nothing with my cooperation.
But to be fair, in Keemstar's defense, to be fair, Keemstar's always said that he like over exaggerates things.
He embellishes.
That's part of being an entertainer.
Yeah, but there's a difference between embellishing something and then like really stretching it. Yeah, and then like having a loose script. Like it's like, bro, at this point, just lean into it. Like if you want to beat the allegations, just lean into the fact that that's what you're doing.
I'm telling you, the funniest thing ever would be if they just pulled up a script, like Wings accidentally pulls up a script and you see him looking down, be like, "Yes, Keemstar." Like,
no. What would be better?
Having fake scripts would be fucking hilarious.
What would be better is if they were like sharing his screen or something, and off to the side you just see a file saying like LolCowLive script Wednesday, whatever the hell, like that or something, like a file name.
And then have like a Keem be the narrator, and then have like Wings and Boogie lines that they read like off a piece of paper. Hilarious that shit would
be. So many things that they could be doing with that. Like,
bro, I can see Keemstar now. Keemstar pulls up this video and presses play while Wings and Boogie watches it, and then you see Keemstar actually do it.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is like if he like just pretended he accidentally pulled up the LolCowLive script, right? And just left it like on his second monitor and just pretend like feigns ignorance and all that, the chat would just fly, be like the script, he's got the script on the screen, and then then they just start basically going down what the script says. Like you could just play into it, you could just have so much fun and let it not be like not said. Keemstar loves pretending like he's upset. Okay, he is always like, "Oh, fuck you, not pre-record." Like he doesn't actually think you guys believe that. He just knows it gains interaction. Like he's playing to the audience, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just
not at all. No,
just people. At least as long as you know, like wrestling is entertaining because we all know it's fake. Okay. Like
Keemstar might be an asshole. Keemstar might be an asshole, but he's not stupid. Okay,
like
he just can't read worth shit.
Yeah, he can't read for shit.
Hey, that's not his fault. That's not his fault. He has a disability.
That is fair.
And informative, like for no reason, and it made no sense.
Like Boogie acted out like that, but see, I always consider them. He's just a big fucking LolCow, and he's gonna act like that. I always saw through that. Yeah, was there a lot of da and like, oh my god, look at that, look at Boogie, what did he say? Yeah, there's that. I mean, that's Keemstar style though. So,
like for example, Boogie was never going to get fired, but that was played up for content's sake. I think that's pretty obvious.
I mean, he was removed from the chat for like 24 hours. I saw that when I was.
Or there's any real talks
Discord,
about how to
that's all
replace
that
him?
was.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Do you think the
there was some like we got to let him go, we're losing memberships. There was that.
Okay, so then that's more real than we would give it credit for.
Yeah, but I mean, they make like they're like, so what are we gonna replace him with? He's fucking gold, such a fucking retard, and this is like a retard podcast, and you're gonna get rid of
the funny thing because he's about to say
the biggest retard in history.
Yeah, like. If they were to have fired Boogie, they would not have a show. They would you can't fire the dude who just faked cancer. What is your next show going to be? Like your next episode? What is that? What does that look like? You know what it looks like? It looks like Boogie going on to someone else's podcast to explain why he shouldn't have been fired. That's what that looks like.
Yep, and Keem was trying to protect his cash cow. That's all he was trying to do.
Oh yeah.
Luck with that, buddy.
I know that you've gotten fired from 2 Keemstar podcasts, but the boys want to know.
I quit the first one. Nope, I quit the first one. It's the first time I got.
The boys want to know when Baden's coming back.
It's not happening. I'm not coming back.
Even if Clown runs the money.
Talk to Clown. Like it might come back, but without me. But I talked to Clown. I don't think he's dealing with that.
He has to relinquish the social media control of the channel to Clown. So if he gets fired, he can't bring back. Could you imagine he does this all again and then brings back Andy Milanakis and Chad again?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I would be down for some Andy Milanakis. He is freaking dude. He is like a LolCow before LolCows were LolCows. Like,
the OG, bro.
Finito, finito. Like, yes, sir, bro. OG of YouTube.
That's it, man. That's it.
He even had his own show on MTV, the Andy Milonakis show. Like,
I remember.
Dude's a legend.
Oh, that'd be too funny.
Yeah.
I just want to say he is a fellow Greek. I just want to put that out there. Continue.
He just didn't get the height.
There you go. No, he doesn't.
I'd do it again just to get fucking leave again to watch Andy Menelakis and Chad come back again. Guys, that would be amazing.
The people want answers. Is the tattoo fake?
I
have no idea, but it looks
Look at the way he's scamming the freaking.
What? You're saying you think it looks fake?
It doesn't look like I've never seen a tattoo fade like that.
Chad so wants a short.
Let me say, all right, the pictures I've seen, which could have been altered. Yeah, I mean, didn't look real to me, but I don't know if it's fake or not. I'm not saying it's fake, but it doesn't look real. I mean, would it really shock you if he got some fucking fake ass tattoo and put on some performative bullshit?
No.
When you guys are saying it's fake drama, would that shock you? You know, I mean, I do think like, especially with the kind of
none of it shocks me anymore.
I would be actually more shocked that he could afford a real tattoo. That I would be more shocked. Like, we all know he has money, but who paid for the tattoo when he just said he was broke? Like,
yeah,
it's not they look like they're pitching towards like community service for Boogie Wings and Boogie go shopping. I think they're trying to do some kind of weird. You know, Keem goes and tortures them every week, and they wanted me to get on board with a stupid NDA. So I think that's kind of what they're going for. They realize they can't do it.
The tattoo on my foot is fading like that, but it's like 10 years old.
Exactly.
You got a tattoo. What have you got tattooed on your foot? You fucking weirdo.
No, hold on.
So,
a man with a foot tattoo, bro. I'm sorry. Like if it's a piece and it goes to the foot, okay. But bro, come on, man. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. I give that person some credit because that like all it is a thin layer of skin and then it's all tendons and bones.
No, I get it. But you know, women usually get, you know, feet tattoos.
Yeah.
And they also go get their nails done. They do all the bullshit. You know what I mean?
You don't
they go
want
get
your
their
mani pedis and all that.
Dude, I don't know. I don't do any of that shit. I'm a grown ass man, bro. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, you don't clean under your fingernails. Under your fingernails.
Nah. You know what I do, bro? I use nail clippers like a fucking human being, and I clip my nails, and that is the end of it. I don't do any of that other shit. And bro, funny story. So my army buddy and his wife, they shared the same anniversary as, you know, me and my wife. It was definitely not planned that way. It just kind of happened or whatever. So we went on vacation as like a couple things. We're like, quote unquote, like best couple friends or whatever. So we go and, you know, the women make an appointment and go get their feet done. He's like, I want to go too. And so my wife is like, Ken, why don't you come and do it with us? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then they're like, well, no, it ain't, you know, like I'm not going to say it here, but we all know what they probably said it's not. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with that. I just don't want people touching my feet and scrubbing my feet and cutting my nails. And I can perfectly do that by myself. Mm-hmm. Like, it's weird, man. I'm just, you know, because, well, here's the other thing. When we were in our honeymoon in St. Thomas, there was this real old dude, because my wife wanted to go get her feet done. There was this old, like dude just sitting up like he's king fucking shit with his gut hanging out, drinking a glass of wine. And like these two women are just scrubbing down his damn feet. And I'm like, what a prick, bro. What a fucking prick that he is. You know what I mean? And but look, I paid attention. It was $80. He gave them $80 and walked out. He didn't tip them. And I'm like, I'm like, bro, what kind of piece of shit are you? You gonna sit up here like king fucking shit, like you're king of the mountain with these two women scrubbing down your fucking nasty ass dogs, and you're gonna fucking put your sandals on and walk out like some fucking, you know, entitled prick? Like, fuck you, bro.
Right.
I don't know. I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. See, my only issue with that, like my deal there is that like I actually have like a toenail removed on one of my feet, and then I also have like a ton of like I don't know, like I would say like feet injuries from the Marines and shit. Like, my feet went from being like bowed to like flat So it's very easy to pinch the nerves if you're like massaging them or anything. And I hate that. Like it runs all the way up to your back and then you just can't walk right. And I don't want to be dealing with that. I don't like, there's just from being in boots 24/7, your feet just get crunched.
Oh, I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, they just get crunched. So it's like they just become super sensitive in ways that you can't. No, just leave me alone.
Oh yeah. Well, see, another thing is I don't wear open-footed footwear. I don't. My feet are always covered. And I don't know, like way back in the Discord, they would troll me and like send me feet pics, and that shit. I would want to throw up. I'd literally want to puke. But like for shower shoes, like this is in like the late 2000s. I wore Crocs before they were cool. You know what I mean? When it was just like
you heard it here first, folks. Ken wore Crocs before they were cool.
In the shower,
y'all.
In the shower, bro.
Like,
I was that guy.
Like
and you know what?
You worn.
And you know what? I did not give a fuck because I was comfortable.
Hell yeah. No, I get you. I get you. Some people are like that. Some people just don't like feet. So I get you, man. My only thing there, like the only knowledge I have with any manicure or pedicure is just paying for it. That's about it.
Facts, bro.
like it's not for me, but if my girl wants it, then yeah, absolutely.
I'll drop her off and then go to the gun store. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing.
Oh boy,
that's the American dream.
You're damn right.
You know when you guys do those scavenger hunts?
No,
I got a tattoo of the letter E on my foot during a scavenger hunt.
What? That sounds more like a
I've never gotten a tattoo on
that. Is definitely
scavenger hunt. That's new.
And then I proceeded to lose the scavenger hunt because it took too long to get the tattoo, then to do all the other things. And then they gave someone who went to a supermarket and got a water tattoo the same amount of points.
Diorio's an idiot.
Okay.
Dude,
everyone was
fucking terrified though when I had a real tattoo on my foot. They're like, "There's no fucking way. We're going down. We're all getting in trouble for this." I'm like, "Nah, dude, this is hilarious. Don't worry, we're good."
Okay, and listen, enough about your fucking tattoo. Tommy, what do you think of your the search for your replacement and the stream they did trying to find the person to replace you?
I didn't watch it. I heard Billy Fridge won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy
so
who
you're
won
not going to be partaking in the content anymore.
No, I'm not even I want my fucking money is what I want. I don't care what they do. I'm so relieved being out of there. And because every week it's just like it might go belly up, or Keemstar might leave, or God knows what's happening. Maybe we got to get rid of Boogie, and then then Connor's got to go, then Chupacabra's got to go. I want out, dude. I don't give a fuck what happens over there. It's a time. In fact, I care so little. I hope it's like I don't even care if it's successful. It's not like like when Baited ended and I was like secret. Look at that fucking terrible tattoo.
Well, I mean, AdSense should be showing your YouTube payment now, and then you get paid at what? In the 21st,
20th.
No, maybe in America it's quicker, but
which is the most money they're going to make because everybody's going to get fed up with them fucking doing enough. And probably should just be all three of them. It's probably the best. Like Nick was right. Like I watched Nick's video on it today. Maybe it's an older one from a couple days ago, and he's like, "Well, that should be the cast." I'm like, you know what, Nick, you're right because all three of them weren't that self-aware. So good fucking luck. I hope it's successful. I don't even care. I just want my money and I want out. This is ridiculous. It was never. It was doomed to fail. Because he's
give me my money, give me the
pieces
fuck out.
of the chessboard, constantly doing this, and nobody's doing it. And the way he does stuff is so old school. He just looks at a comment and he makes the decision based on the comment. There's no sense of radio or fucking timing or any kind of he sucks at podcasts. He's bad at it. I think it's fair to say. And the only one that was successful sucked. It was boring. I think he wants a podcast in this space.
Yep.
But he can't be a total fucking fraud anymore. There's no more 13-year-old fans. All those 13-year-old fans in their early 20s now. I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
I do have to agree with Tommy. Like in the Discord, you struggled. No, I don't want to say struggle, but in the Discord, you almost don't come across anyone who's not in their mid 20s or older. Like freaking Murdoch that we had on is in his 50s, and freaking Neon in his 50s as well. Or I don't think Murdoch. No.
Murdoch's 38. He's
30s.
my age.
Yeah. He's 38. He's close to his 40s. Freaking Neon is in his 50s or 53 or something like that. You're close to your 40. I'm close to 30.
Yep.
Zeph's mid 20s, and pretty much everybody else we know is either mid 20s to early 30s. We are the people who are watching them are the people that grew up watching them.
Yep, exactly.
And now we are all adults. So, physically.
There you go. I mean, well, first and foremost, I will say I hope no one is there under the age of 18. I'm just going to put that out there 100%. Right now.
You should not be in the LolCow Discord.
You should not be there if you're under the age of 18.
Oh my God.
But now, like Tommy even said it when like when I was talking to him, like the fans, you know, the donations they get, kids cannot afford that. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So I mean, maybe if you're like a teenager working some bullshit job, you don't have any bills, maybe. But still, like you can't just fool people anymore. Like people are like grown unless they just want to ignore it on purpose and just watch the circus sideshow. But yeah, I mean, it's grown ass people watching this, and eventually, you know, like poking fun at somebody. Yeah, okay, it's gonna get old, and we're getting to that point. And I know some people have said that, you know, they don't care, they want to watch it suffer and all that shit. Well, I mean, to me, that's not content. That's just not viable.
Like me and Chill both said that like it would be good to continue on with like the punishment thing. The problem, in my opinion, is that Keem jumped the shark way too quickly with the tattoo. He should have been building up to a magnum opus. That's what it should have been.
Well, the problem is the goalpost is going to continue to get moved, and at what point is a punishment not as good as the last punishment? Like your tattoo, like your tattoo comment. Like it's going to be like, oh, this is bullshit. This is petty shit. Like when you just do so much. And I know Boogie says what he says and puts on the act that he does. Eventually, Stephen Williams is going to get tired of this shit. Right. I'm not going to say Boogie. I'm going to say Stephen. Stephen Williams is going to get tired of this shit.
Stephen Williams is going to turn around and be like, okay, well, I'm the reason why these past podcasts are successful, and it no longer has to do with like faking cancer. Now it's the, you know, Hurt Boogie show. So if I don't show up, what's your show going to be? So now it's time to pay me more.
Well, here's the other thing. And people can debate this if they want to or not, but you went from a tattoo to him drinking piss on the side of the road.
Maybe drinking piss, but the illusion.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you could argue if it was piss or not, but I'm just saying, just for the sake of what the show's putting out there.
Right. You're always going to have
eggs in one basket.
You're going to
all of his eggs in one basket.
Right. You have to always be like one up the last thing you did.
But where do you go from this? Does he eat shit that he finds on the side of the road? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
I get you.
There's the well's getting dry, and like I said it before previously, they can't go back to just docket reading. They're past that.
No, they can't. And Keem absolutely realized that because he has yet to even ask for it in any way. Like really, like he knows that he can't go back to the original format. He has to keep moving forward in this direction, or he's going to lose the people he's brought. And these are just our personal opinions. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I liked parts of the last live. Like there were some funny parts, but like the George Floyd comment was so out of taste, and the fact that he had to repeat it and like nothing happened of it, it's like it just makes you look cringe. And
that was rough.
Yeah, and then when you can tell when Boogie is like faking his anger because he just starts cussing for no reason, that's how you know when he's like faking it. And when you know the person's faking it, or when you know the person's it's all an act, it's underwhelming at that point. It's like it's just stupid. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, like, yeah, you're showing us the Emperor's clothes, and I'm not impressed. You know?
Yeah, I just want to say the George Floyd was way out of left field. He should have never said that.
Yeah,
and then he doubled down. That was fucked up.
Well, he had to. That's the thing. He had to. No, I hear what you're saying. No, when I heard that, I was like, ooh. And then when Boogie went ahead and was like, what did you say? I was like, please don't. And he's like, what are you trying to imitate George Floyd? It's like, ooh, you did it again. Okay. And that isn't me like pearl clutching or anything. It's just like, that's so just out of pocket and out of like there's it was so it was completely unnecessary. And it's just like, okay, buddy.
You know, why did everybody fucking stick up for me? Well, they wouldn't have 2016. You know why? Because they all work now. You know, they want to get paid for their vacations. That's what happened.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of mind-boggling is the Cyrax episode was so good, and I thought that I was speaking this the other day. You could just do episodes where you react to like any LolCow you want and talk all the shit about them and stuff, and then they're like, "Come on!" And that just doesn't seem to ever happen. And you're focused on like current.
There was some stuff that, in fairness to Keem, like there was some stuff that I didn't see coming. I did not see Wings' trolls as being as bad as they were. You know, they cut us out of a lot of money with the potential sponsorships.
Yeah, they got.
I always, there's a couple.
God, I don't know how
things,
anybody
I used to think,
overlooked
when he
that.
bitched about his trolls, fucking big baby, you did it yourself. And then I realized, like, some of these guys really want Wings to die, and I generally like Wings. I do. Some of them really want him to die. He's not joking when he says that. He's not.
It's all out there. The sponsorship, like itself, right? Yeah. We can talk about the actual sponsor.
He has FBI agents that he works with on this shit. Like he was legit about that.
Serious.
Shit.
It's serious.
Yeah, it's serious enough to the point that you know what? Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it
there.
Yeah,
I've never been dropped from Meta before. Nobody's ever been dropped from Meta PCs before in the history of the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Wow.
Until you.
The Wings touched them.
Yeah.
Well, it's one thing to go ahead and sponsor pedophiles. It's another thing to sponsor somebody whose trolls will swat the CEO. It's a whole other thing. They drew the line at them being touched.
Yeah.
They take, I think a veteran runs that fucking, he's a war veteran. The guy who runs that shit. So, it must have been pretty fucking serious, if that was the case. I kind of
brother saw the cops roll up and said, "Hell no."
The other thing I always watch Wings and I thought most people were like me. I no longer believe that. I watch his Wings clips. I was a big fan. Nick turned me on to Wings and Wings like fucking clips, and I love them. They're so funny. And I thought people like watched them like I did, like kind of laughed and kind of moved on. And like, oh, God, what a dipshit. Wish he had somebody to tell him not to do that, then he'd be okay. I didn't realize some of it's like mental, and the other part of it is some of these people are fucking evil.
Dude, you know what blows my mind? I can't believe people who get like all up in arms about like Wings book. They get all up in arms about the MrBeast stuff, and then they're like, dude, can we go back to watching Boogie like nearly kill himself on every episode of fucking LolCowLive already? Jesus, I'm missing all that. It's like, dude, you guys know MrBeast is like the worst guy ever. Anyways, I'm gonna go finish watching this new fish tank episode. I really hope somebody gets on the floor and fucking gets sepsis or something.
It's
rules for thee, but not for me.
I always considered myself like a Wings fan, but I didn't even know what a Wings fan was, until I met some of these guys. Also, I kept my mouth shut about it, but I got a shit ton more threats than I did last time I debated.
Interesting.
Wait, holy shit! Is that the downvote in chat right now?
What's that?
It's the Dr. Downvote.
Wait a minute. Why do I know
that? Nerd City's alt?
I hope it is. I've seen that thing before in my chat years ago.
Nerd City, the person who put together some ordinary
I've seen him before. He used to go on my streams.
Oh.
Thing. No, it's not. I'm Stolen Valor.
That's exactly what Nerd City would say.
Like some of them are, like the fans I met in the Discord and the ones I talked to, they were pretty cool. But some of them are like,
hell yeah.
There was a Russian guy that used to kind of abuse his girlfriend for donations. I did a stream on it like years ago. It was like 2020.
Jesus. And then was that how based it was?
Is that the guy who killed him? Like, who killed his girlfriend?
And she wasn't even outside that long. He threw her outside.
I remember that. I remember that.
Like on like a
terrace
or something.
It was died.
Yeah, it was like winter. There was snow. There was ice, and she was literally in like not even think of like lingerie with like barely one layer over. And he locked her outside for like hours, and I think she was drunk, if I'm not mistaken. And she died of hypothermia.
Oh yeah, of course. Damn, that's fucking crazy.
And it was live streamed. The entire thing was live streamed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes for a gag. She came back stiff as a board, man. Oh. And there was a lot of people. Like I had all the stuff. I had a Russian that was a fan of mine translating this shit.
Chud.
Some of the coldest shit I've ever heard in my life. Really, really cold. Ice cold. And
she was outside, am I right? Oh!
yeah, I knew that was coming.
I wanted to say like bricked. Chill off or something, but like
I even went back and I translated some of the stuff from the stream. It's like whoa. And I think while it wasn't that bad for LolCow, we did have an element of that I'm not gonna miss. You know what I mean? There's an element of like people being that afraid. Now that is not the majority of the fans. Let me make it abundantly clear.
Because you're touching that sector of the internet where like
people, but they're not in the Discord.
There's not those crazy people like that.
Bro,
No.
No, like I would. For those that don't know, I'm a mod in the Discord. If I saw anything like that or whatever, I would shut that shit down immediately. Like we're not doing that.
Yeah, I mean that's anything even remotely close to that is just straight TOS.
Yep.
I mean, they're gonna follow Wings until he's dead.
Yeah,
they're gonna follow Boogie until the day he dies.
That he's not
and
dead.
you're just like around there.
Bro, these people that follow Wings around and they're gonna wait till he dies or like he goes off the internet or like he's in a serious accident, they're not gonna know what to do with themselves after he does die.
It's gonna be
like,
fucking
Wings quits.
Wings of Tupac fucking theories.
Well, imagine freaking LolCow becomes so successful to the point that or Wings alone becomes so successful to the point that he retires. Then what? Now they lose. Because he was able to retire and has the money to retire. Like, how are you like
it's on to the next dude. It's on to the next person.
Yeah, that is true.
And there's a level of toxicity there. That's not,
I know how to distance
that we
myself.
experience here.
I knew distance myself from it. I knew at some expense there was be there, but it always like when you're not expecting it and you see something like that, it's sort of like like with stuff with the Susan Wojcicki just passed away. Like I'm no fan of Susan Wojcicki. I think she was a woke nut that made YouTube worse. But when her son died, I felt awful for her, and when she died, I felt awful for her family. And I saw people that I sort of respected online that didn't have that sort of empathy. And I'm not the most empathetic person on the planet. And I saw that. My mind blows. And that's like, I think like,
I'm with Tommy. I didn't like a lot of the, she's the reason for the bullying rules and shit like that got added to terms of, so she is literally the reason why we got a freaking community guideline strike. Like stupid community guideline BS. Not happy for it, but listen, you died from cancer and it's like, damn, all right, like let me just put all that away, or just diet in general. It's like, I may not have liked you, but feel bad for you and your family, like, peace be unto you, whatever. Like, I'm not going to curse upon you and your, eternal resting place just because we got a community guideline strike off of your BS.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you can feel however you want to about somebody, but something like this. But if they just straight up die, I mean, why continue to talk about it? Like, because at that point you're just hurting her family that had nothing to do with her decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even then, it's like
just because somebody did something shitty in their like existing life and they pass away, that doesn't mean you should hold on to that grudge.
Well, depending on what it is. Like, depending on what it is. Disclaimer: depending on what it is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm talking like in like of politics and like this type of shit. Now, pedophiles, whenever they die, they can go right to hell. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but somebody like Susan Wojcicki, like. The people who are like on Twitter going, yeah, she's dead, woo, and like, or like, good, the bitch is dead. Fuck you. Yeah. Imagine if that was your mom. Imagine if that was your wife.
Yeah, and you had to read that.
I'm not gonna turn around and be upset with somebody. Like, I can disagree with their views on stuff or whatever it is, but at the end of the day, like, this is the platform that you're trying to use and that you want to use, and there's a terms of service agreement you signed. So, like, it is what it is. Yeah, like
if you don't like it, go to Twitch where a fucking deer's in charge. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
for real.
Or go to Kick where they, it takes a lot to get kicked off. Even if you're a pedo openly.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended.
There is a kind of a small element, maybe even a large element of LolCow. They're not the type to join the Discord, and they're not even the type to donate. They're not type to want that we really want to meet you or talk to you and shoot the shit. Because I really enjoyed talking to the fans. I always really like doing that. But there's kind of like that, and I won't miss that shit at all.
The darker element when you start entering, when you leave this sector, like that's how you've left the kid content sector. Is that your audience is now no longer 14 to 20. You're looking at like 18 to 30, and those like older guys who are still super into content creation are a lot more malicious. That's what happens when you go into these political sectors.
Yeah, right.
That's the stuff you see in like the Ralph community, which I guess overlaps now, but it didn't 5 years ago.
somebody wrote, Susan made terrible decisions, but isn't she like a bad person? Well, I'll even go farther than this. I don't know if she's a good person or not. Right. If somebody told me she's a bad person, I believe it. It doesn't fucking matter because, like, it was really tragic what happened to her. She fucking probably leaves because she knows she's gonna die.
Just because you're not dead doesn't mean somebody else isn't.
Well, it's like it's not only that, but it's not like she died peacefully. She died from cancer.
Yeah, like, real cancer, not
like
not
real
boogie cancer.
Yeah, not boogie cancer. She died from actual cancer, bro. Like, you don't have to like the person to turn around and be like, listen, it is what it is. I've said my piece. I'm gonna let you have yours. Like, come on, man. It's nothing to hold a grudge over.
She's gonna die. Her son dies months later, and now she's dead within 12 months of that. That's tragic.
Dude, it's fucking terrible. Someone should have told her.
Damn, Nick, get a new Avike.
Polycythemia vera. You could have lived with that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
For anyone who didn't hear that,
someone should have told her getting polycythemia vera. You could have lived with that.
Oh Jesus!
Probably one of the best jokes I could ever made.
Scottish guy. He sent me. He's one of these guys that likes to get outraged a lot. He's kind of an outrage monkey, and he sent me a video of Boogie joking about his mom dying of cancer years ago, and Destiny was in the call or something. I guess it couldn't have been too long ago. People need to get outraged. People need to want to be outraged. And I don't know. I don't get it.
It's funny because everyone thought stepped down because she sucked, and it turned out no, she probably would still be working there if she didn't get cancer.
Probably.
How do I make money?
Lung cancer. Yeah, that's not how long it takes.
Explaining things, stuff like she took the food off the table for a lot of people. And I guess if you're an affected party, I kind of get it, but like, I just tweeted Rick and I moved on.
But you're not entitled to this money. You're not entitled to Google's money. I mean, true. I just want them to play by the rules and treat everybody equally on all.
I mean, you kind of are entitled to the money if you're the one putting out the content and you've made an agreement for that money. Like, once you link your Google AdSense account and it starts hitting your bank and all that, like, you are entitled to that money. You are using the platform, yes, but as long as you are following TOS, you should get paid.
Yep, 100%.
Like, and that's the other thing too. Like, when they make these rule changes, you need to like give people, you either grandfather people in, like their past videos into it, or you need to like give them a list of videos that are problematic that they need to take down. Because well, here's the thing, because like just recently right now, a couple of creators who were doing very edgy content, they ended up getting banned completely on all channels off of YouTube because a year ago they put a video out that didn't break guidelines, but like 10 months later, most like right now, it ended up being striked by YouTube, so they got completely banned. And it's like, you got to give them a heads up, at least like say something, like you can't almost a year ago say, hey, this content's okay, and then turn around and go, well, we made some changes to TOS, so now it's not okay and we're going to ban you.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro.
Now, granted, they had multiple strikes on their account before, but still, like, you should, listen, 24 hours, like, notice to be kicked out is generally how it goes. It's like 24 or 48, so it should be the same thing on YouTube. You shouldn't have to worry that just changes to TOS, terms and service, is going to get your channel taken down.
Yeah, facts.
Political persuasions. She didn't. I'm sorry, fucking kid died. She died of cancer. That's fucking tragic, man. She didn't molest kids. Yeah. She didn't kill anybody. She didn't like. I remember that. I don't know, that general got smoked on Iran. Everybody freaked out a couple years ago when Trump smoked him. I was like, yeah, fuck that guy. He's been murdering people for decades. Exactly. What Susan Wojcicki's in the same. Fuck that shit. You're crazy.
I mean, she made a lot of bad decisions when it came to like fighting the sponsors and stuff like that. I don't think she was ever going out of her way to fuck people.
I wish cancer on people. I never wished it on her. I just thought she was.
I'm always up for jokes and stuff like that and whatever. Say what you want, say your piece. I was a bit taken aback with how many people were just like, "Fuck this bitch!" Like the second she died, and I'm like, wait a day.
He ain't wrong.
Wait a bit.
No,
fuck me.
He was even in
the defense of all the retards. They said they would fucking praise the day it happened, and well, here it is. They did.
Nice.
I don't know. At least they're consistent on it.
There's some politicians I really, really dislike, and I wouldn't cry at all if I found out they were gone tomorrow. But I don't think I'd make a fool of myself and go on the internet and spike the football. You really come off like a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, because maybe Chud, so and so passed away. It's like, you know what? I never liked it. I don't really give a shit. Next subject. All right, that's about as cold as I would get. You know, I can't imagine, but I wouldn't. If anybody's asked me on the show, I was like, "Oh, you heard, Democratic politician died." It's like, look, that's unfortunate, and obviously, I didn't say nice things about that person, so we'll just leave it at that. I mean, I have enough self-control to do that. God.
Listen, almost nobody on this podcast likes freaking Trump, but we still agree that the Secret Service fucked up and they should have protected his ass way better.
100%,
Okay,
100%. That should have never happened.
Yeah, we would say the same thing for any person. Like, it's the same across the board. Like, just because you may not like the person doesn't mean you have to lose humanity when it comes to them. Like,
yeah, that's the sad thing, man. Like people like Destiny and what he said. Like, I would never do that because it's just fucked up and it's immoral. And regardless of how you feel about somebody, especially on the firefighter, man. Like, I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but just saying,
it's like,
you shouldn't do that because it makes you look like the bigger asshole.
Like, wishing bad things upon bad people is completely normal, but when you start like wanting death upon a person just simply because they made some rules changes or something like that on a website that you use, like, that's when it's like, okay, you're completely out of touch with humanity, Mr. School Shooter or Mrs. School Shooter. Like,
it's like you said, it's like when you spike the football. There's like, you got your touchdown, that person's now dead. Good for you. You don't need to go online and gloat about it. Like, woohoo.
Yeah, you're celebrating now.
It does,
like, just like the thing, like one of the things that I think of in my head, like, okay, if here's a good example. Trump got shot and like we don't like him and we support and we think the Secret Service fucked up. I don't like how Biden has a clear mental decline and he clearly probably shouldn't be our president, but I still think it sucks that he has that, and I still feel bad for his family that he's going through that while being the most important person in the United States of America.
Yep.
Well, I think
it goes both ways.
I think it's a lot more summed up, or a lot better summed up in the sense that had Trump actually been shot and killed, I'd still be saying that the Secret Service fucked up, that it should never have happened, that it should have, like, that's just, you just keep it straight for whomever it is. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, you're just, once you start losing your humanity and stop looking at people as people and just objects, that's when you disassociate yourself from normal society.
Yep, 100%, dude.
I see that, Octane Gamer. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, if for no other reason to protect myself, and it is wrong. If so, unless they're a murderer, war criminal, child molester, if it's just somebody you don't like, it is kind of
leave it alone, man. Leave it alone
to do that, and all you do is even if it is wrong and I'm wrong. You still make yourself look like a maniac, I don't know why you'd want to do that.
Well, the thing is, right? I never care about jokes and stuff. It's just when it's a
not
celebration.
Talking about jokes.
No, sure, exactly. But it's like when it's like a celebration, and some of these posts are like almost celebratory that they've died, and it's like you understand that they're not responsible for YouTube anymore, and them dying is going to have no impact on YouTube. That's going to have no positive impact on YouTube. Like, it's long past that now. So if you want to
here's what happened when Susan Wojcicki died. A lot of people that really loved her are really, really sad. I don't know how you can take joy in that.
Yep.
Especially like
she's only a few years older than me. Got kids younger than my kids. She's an aunt.
But even if I was super mad, seeing the husband's post softened me up immediately. Even if I was going to go off the wall.
Yeah. So that's the other thing too. Imagine being a father who just lost a kid, and now lost his wife. Like, it's like that's the whole like you listen. Just like Tommy said, unless they're like a pedophile or like a mass murder, unless they deserve the hate, like legitimately deserve the dancing on their grave,
like eye for an eye level.
Yeah,
shit.
just like let it go. Like it's not that like I didn't like the things that freaking Susan did, but when I saw that post, I was like, damn, that sucks, man. Feel bad.
Oh yeah, because her family, they didn't do anything to anybody.
Yeah.
You're shitting on them, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing though, man. The internet's full of keyboard warriors that feel protected if they type something and hit enter. And the longer and longer time goes on, the more and more like oversight and laws there is going to be. Now, I'm not saying there should be censorship, but what I'm saying is like it's going to get noticed, and nothing may happen to you for saying, like, quote, fuck that bitch, I'm glad she's dead, end quote. Nothing may happen to you now, but I promise you, it's somewhere in the database on a list, something like people are paying attention to what people say.
Well, I'm sure that like a lot of the reason why people are being more gleeful about it is because Susan was like stricter on free speech on YouTube. So now they're kind of feeling like, oh, okay, well, here's some free speech for you, or something like that. But it's just it's childish. Like, just shout it into a pillow or something, man. Come on.
There's one thing I always say: we may have freedom of speech, but we don't have freedom of consequence for that speech.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
Crazy. Wish I wasn't.
53 years old. She's 4 years. She's fucking 5 years older than me. She's got kids. People love her. Nephews, nieces. Good. She's
was
I gotta get a video strike.
If he's spiking the football.
Man, I don't get it. I mean, look, I think I'd say this. I didn't like her. I thought she was a woke kook, but whatever. Jesus Christ. I mean, woke kooks have families. Yeah.
Would you be hyped if it was Boogie?
No, probably not. But I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't go on and say, I spent some good times with that guy. I would just say it was unfortunate. And
I would what's hilarious is that Keemstar or Boogie would absolutely pull an Etika moment where he'd go, behind the scenes, me and Tommy, we were friends. We would DM all the time.
Oh yeah.
He'd be like, I never actually hated him. Like we were cool. Like, I apologized to him for saying we should take his money. Blah 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 blah. Like, bro,
it would be sympathy baiting, bro. That's all it would be.
Yeah, and anger baiting too, because how many people would be there just to call him a liar.
Oh yeah. It's just trying to bait for the donos. That's all it would be, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely crack a joke.
What's Zeph?
I said it's all for the clicks.
Oh yeah, clicks and clips.
I have a draft tweet #Boogie down for the day it happens.
No, I'm not gonna football on Boogie or what have you, or Boogie or Wings,
like Keem.
No, if you asked me that in 2017, I'd have said, yeah, fucking, I hope he fucking lights himself on fire, fucking putting on his gas with his lawnmower. But I don't really feel that way. I'm getting old, Chud. Getting old. I don't have that.
I was gonna say, like, they're all kind of old.
You know what I did?
They're all around the same age. So like
they are
wishing death upon Keem, wishing death upon Boogie, wishing death upon, I think Wings is one of the younger ones in the group. Wishing death upon any of them is like asking for yourself to be in turn. It's like looking in a mirror, especially if you're saying like, oh, heart attack, oh, light on fire, like something simple of natural causes. They're all not necessarily healthy.
Well, it's way more likely to happen in their current ages than it would have been like multiple years ago.
Yeah. So like, like if I was Tommy, like I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't be wishing death upon any of them.
Well,
you might not agree with them,
right.
like what situation, but there's no point. Like death is coming for him. It's just maybe 20 years down the line.
Well, the other thing about it too is like once you get older and you start getting those years on like that level of maturity, it's like, I just don't have the time. I just don't care enough. Yeah. Like, I don't have the energy to have this level of like hate towards you, dude.
Why is this person living in my head rent free whenever I could be focusing on my family and my time and my life?
Exactly.
There it is.
Yep.
And I think it's one of the reasons, maybe the vaccine, but that I got a stint in my heart. I think I spent a lot of the time in my life as a really angry teenager, pretty angry adult, was angry all through my 30s. You guys got a big whiff of it when I was 39, and I think just being that mad and wishing people dead, and I've done it before, believe me, I'm a human being. I don't think it really helped me. I think it actually probably shortened my life. So I try to save my death. I try to save my death wishes for like an over the top like Tommy C SFTP delivery, or for somebody that committed something like an atrocity, and anything in between that. I try not to.
I mean, I would not exert any energy for like people I don't care for, but like I have no problem putting in as much energy as I need to turn around and explain why pedophiles need to die. Like I will put so much energy into that.
You know, it's funny because Ken, you got like a really hateful comment like wanting pedophiles to die. Listen, I'm pretty sure all three of us here would be happy to join the firing squad that kills those pedophiles, okay? I would happily sign up and be like, yes, let me just get some anger out on somebody who deserves it. Let's go.
Well, see, again, to the dude that left the hate comments, whatever, that's your opinion, but you can't swap child and anything else other than an animal. You can't swap the arguments you left on the comment. You cannot swap child with that and it be illegal. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you have to take the same levels, the same parameters to everything. Like you can't swap somebody who can't give consent legally and not even just legally, like morally, like you just in all aspects, but let's just even take legally, right? There's a reason why at a certain age you are no longer considered like a person of interest if you go missing. Like if you're an adult, you have to wait 48 hours before they will take a missing persons report. But if you're 17 or younger, it's immediately because you're a child. You're considered a child legally. So yeah, absolutely. I guess I should hit play.
Hit play, sorry.
I would have said one time. I would have said that about Bill Clinton when I was a teenager. Now it's just going to be like, oh, that's crazy, and he's probably on his way out too. So yeah, Lieutenant Cobra 1, he tamed me. I don't recommend being that. I kind of told Nick this privately. It's like I think you shorten your life when you fucking hate that much. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, whether it's political hatred, racial hatred, or just hating the guy next door. You're fucking yourself up more than anything.
Listen, I think Hitler would have lived a long life if he wasn't full of hatred.
Wait, what is this you sent, Nicholas? You want me to throw this up, do you? About MrBeast?
I didn't know if you saw it yet. So the allegation... Yeah, I don't know if this came up yet. It's new for me. It's new for you. Third-party investigators asked Dogpack for help with their MrBeast investigation. That seems interesting.
They were criticizing him because he was helping blind people to see.
Okay, it looks like the rest of this is just going to be MrBeast. Listen, guys, like, there's not a whole lot extra. Like, I guess the one thing that we could really turn around and be like, hey, here's some super insight is the three of us act like if you're at this point, you'll get this nice little snidbit. And if you are at this point, thank you, because it's almost fucking 2 hours.
Thank you.
But so here's the thing. The three of us actually knew that the whole like 25% stuff was BS months ago.
Oh yeah, we called it, bro. We called it.
Well, not even that. We like had slight confirmation through Tommy, because when it came to the creation of the after show and all that, because it had a more center focus on the members during it at its conception, we wanted to go ahead and get approval from Keem. And like at the time, Keem was on vacation. We knew he was on vacation, and or we knew he was doing a project at his house, and then he was gonna be going on vacation. And we knew that because we brought the idea to Tommy, who was running the lives at that time. And Tommy told us he didn't have the ability to say yes to anything having to do with the channel. It was Keem. He was the one who had to get permission from Keem, which if he was a 25% owner, he wouldn't have to do that. Like if he owned part of the...
Let me add something to that. One of the funniest things that I've read in my lifetime is Kmplxity sending a rather long paragraph of what we were trying to do and what we were trying to accomplish. And Keem literally going, "I ain't reading your Bible. Go talk to Tommy."
Yeah,
that was hilarious, bro.
It was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever read. Because not only did he not read it, he just read. He just said, "I'm not reading it. I'm not reading your Bible. Fuck you. Go to Tommy."
Yeah, that was funny. Well, I mean, truth be told, I think what they thought we were trying to do was not at all what we were trying to do.
Right.
And from jump, it was one of those things like, we don't want to do anything on the actual channel. We want to do our own thing, but this is our thoughts about it. So I'll say real quick.
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy where we're going. I'm glad we're able to branch out from just local content. We're kind of doing that right now, but we are doing other things, and we want to do other things.
And we're just staying on top of it. That's really all.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I'm very happy with the channel. I can't wait to see where it goes and the growth it hits, and I think it's going to be a fun ride, y'all.
Yeah, and the whole reason why we brought it to like Tommy, because he was like running the lives at that point while Keem was gone, is because we didn't want to step on any toes. We didn't want to have any like DMCA issues. We didn't want to we didn't want it to be perceived as we're trying to take views from LolCow. Like that wasn't our intention. Like at conception, the intention was for it to be a community thing. And pretty much after getting the whole, like, I don't give a shit, like, go talk to Tommy, and it's like, I'm literally coming to you because Tommy said to talk to you. Like, it was like, okay, fuck that. Like, let's just do our own thing and, like, keep the same level of concept and just build differently. So, but anyways, like, that's, like, the only real insider stuff that we can offer here. But it's good that Tommy's staying as, He's taking the high road on this. He's still not like really talking shit or anything, but good on Tommy. He definitely does seem happier. Like I've watched his lives and all that.
Oh yeah, he's much happier, bro. You can tell. Tell.
Yeah, bro needs to get money, and I'm not saying Keem paid him until Keem pays him. Like he needs to keep getting pressed on that. But thanks for staying this long, guys. We know it's been this long. If you are here at the end, we appreciate it.
100%. Thank you.
Listen. I got one request. If you've made it to the end and you've listened all the way through, and you're listening to this right now, type a comment that says Ken likes Belle Delphine. There you go. There you go.
Please don't.
There you go.
Please don't.
There you go.
That's how.
There you go.
You know what would be worse? You know what would be worse? Ken likes feet.
Either or. You make it to the end and you Ken likes Belle Delphine or Ken likes feet.
Ken likes Belle Delphine's feet. That's what I was gonna say.
I want to throw up now. Thank you.
We love reading all the comments. We love responding to you. We love having that good conversation.
Love arguing with you too.
That was hilarious.
So if you type Ken likes feet or Ken likes Belle Delphine, we're gonna have a good laugh and we'll thumbs up that bad boy.
Yeah. And I promise you, they will clown me in the background, so you will be taking part of that. So thank you.
Yes, please, let's go.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Y'all take care.
Y'all.